Hi, my name's James White. I'm also known on the internet as Preacher James, and if you can tell by the sound of my voice, I'm not exactly feeling all that great. But, since I saw this article, I felt I needed to comment on it. Apparently, Twin Peaks Charter Academy High School, which, looking at this article from the New York Times, or from the New York Daily News, it's in Colorado. It's in Boulder, Colorado. Well, they decided to pull a valedictorian's speech. The young man's name is Evan Young. And the reason they pulled this young man's speech is because in the speech he was going to announce to the world that he's gay. Now, never mind the fact that he had a 4.5 GPA, and, it just blows my mind, but this principal, B.J. Buchanan, decides he's not going to allow the speech. And according to the spokesperson for the school, Tracy Weiss, wrote in a statement, quote, "This was done to protect the solemnity of the evening and to preserve and protect the mission of the school." Really? You see, what you're really doing is limiting free speech. And that's, even if you don't agree with same-sex marriage, even if you think being a homosexual is a sin, which obviously I don't, people like this simply don't get it. What's really going on is Principal Buchanan isn't comfortable with same-sex issues. Principal Buchanan isn't comfortable with the idea of people being gay. So therefore, he's going to try to silence somebody who would come out. I mean, after all, if it's so much easier to portray the LGBT community as people like in, what was the movies? The Police Academy. You see, it's so much easier to stereotype the LGBT community like that rather than looking at this incredibly intelligent young man, and oh, by the way, he happens to be gay. So, that's what's really going on here, is the principal and the school board don't feel comfortable with it, so therefore they just want to pretend like it doesn't exist. Well, you can't pretend life doesn't exist. There are parts of life that we don't feel comfortable with. Like me being sick. But it's real. It happens. You live with it. You deal with it. You don't ignore it. It won't go away. It's funny how people, they don't want to live with the notion that there are people out there who are gay or lesbian. But the truth is, 4 to 5% of the population is LGBT and will be for as long as human beings exist. So it's in our genetics. So anyway, you can Google Twin Peaks Charter Academy High School. This guy just flat out doesn't get it. Not only did they not let this young man give his speech, he couldn't give his speech, and they didn't even recognize the fact that he was a valedictorian in the ceremony. That ought to tell you something. It's not about the speech. It's about, we don't want to acknowledge you at all. That, my friends, is a problem. That is the heart of the issue. People on the other side want to pretend like, if we just sweep it under the rug, it'll go away. It won't. And it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad that this kid worked for 4 years to get such a high GPA. Number one, didn't get to give his speech, and number two, wasn't even recognized in the ceremony. That's just wrong. So, anyway, for more information about me, you can go to preacherjames.com. Hopefully I'll do another RP episode soon. Anyway, take care and God bless. Bye.